The electronic poll book is the next generation in poll book processes.
That's what election authorities and businesses alike are calling it, a digital program that can hold the name of every registered voter in or outside a designated county precinct. The Montgomery County Board of Elections is using electronic poll books for the first time for a congressional primary special election. Board Director Steve Harsman sees the high-tech system as one small step forward for the future of elections.
When the state legislature passed this, I highly recommended it to our board.
Designed to speed up and decongest long lines seen in previous elections, the electronic poll book's touchscreen layout eliminates page turning and separate stations for voter check-in.
Before, when they would go down the lines, it would be the book and the address and the signature book. And with this new system, it's very nice.
We're not shuffling through the big stacks of paper books anymore, or having to search for an address in a paper book and maybe get confused if there's a direction on the street, say if it was east or west or even or odd or things like that.
Resembling a touchpad one might use at a grocery checkout, poll workers say voters were open to the technological shift.
A lot of them ask questions, what is that? And then we explain it to them. And they're like, oh, okay.
Even some of the elderly people who have trouble with this sort of thing has been very agreeable to it.
Election service companies were even on hand at the election, anxious to promote the gadget to those wanting to get a closer view.
I can type in 2 or 3 characters. It'll resolve as many of those characters as it can, and I can put in 1 or 2 letters for a first name, and it minimizes that list even more. And if I found my voter, I can just touch them, and everything pertaining to that voter I can either validate or verify on this screen.
Once they determine their eligibility, then we have a signature pad. They'd actually sign that electronic pad, and as they're signing it, it puts the signature on top of the digitized signature that we already have on file, and the poll workers are required to compare those signatures before they process them to vote.
While election officials and poll workers admit the poll books were tested on a small scale with low voter turnout, optimism runs high for implementing the system in the future on a grander scale.
The electronic poll book would be really, really great just because of the ease of use and how much faster it makes things.
This new system would be a lot easier for us to be able to process a larger number of voters through the precinct. So I think it would work well in the future for future elections.
I just would encourage the state legislature, the Secretary of State's office to really look at this opportunity and look at the success that we had here in the 3rd Congressional District and kind of pave the way for the future elections.